all the parents really want their children to become successful in this most competitive world. And why? Because the competition is outgrowing everyone, and the digital advancement is going in a tremendously fast direction where the parents want the children to definitely be successful. But in the process, they forget one important element. What is that? We will explore now once I get into this video. So today I'll be telling you about 5 important words or phrases which can help high possibility of success in your child's life. What are those? The first thing is, whenever you go out or when guests come to your home, you say, hey, see the child, he's eating. Okay, hey, see the child, he's sitting quietly in one place. My child never sits. It's very hard to manage. When you are going to take such judgments in front of others, explaining it to them with a very normal way, but actually you're comparing your child to another child where you say, I am not able to manage my child, whether it comes to eating or whether it comes to learning, whether it comes to sitting. So what here we are doing is, there is an unconscious comparison which I was telling you in the last video. Again, I'm pointing this out in this video, wherein which we cannot compare our children to any other any other children coming from outside, because every child is unique. Every child has his own strength. Every child has his own weakness, and your child who's throwing a tantrum, it's not about that he is weak. His way of expressing things to you, where if you understand, the tantrum will go less. That is the reason we keep doing workshop to get connected with your own child, and wherein which the tantrum level automatically comes down. So never compare your child in the version wherein which you admire another child at the cost of behavior of your own child. This is the first point. Second important comparison or unconscious comparison which happens inside the room is between the siblings. We see that the parents keep complaining to us that always the siblings hate each other, fight with each other constantly for no reason, and becomes a very stressful process throughout the day. Let me tell you one thing, whenever the siblings are there inside the home, the parents have this process of giving more attention to the younger child who is dependent, and giving less attention to the elder child who is independent. And always every elder in the family or inside that home asks the elder one, hey, he's small, why don't you give it to him? Oh, he's small, why don't you give it to him? Or whenever somebody, a mother or a father, is spending time with the elder one, the attention towards the elder one is not 100%. It is always directing towards the younger one, because they may hurt themselves or they may do something. So it becomes a problem for the elder one that they are not giving proper attention to me. They are not making me feel that I am important to them. We are doing all this because the younger one is dependent. But you need to understand the psychology inside the elder one, who's actually seeing and perceiving that I become very less important in compared to that person who has come newly, and I'm not even ready to share my pencil boxes, chocolates to everyone, but I'm now, the greatest gift of my life is my parents. I'm sharing that with them. So this kind of feeling that they have inside, they're not able to express that. So they throw a lot of tantrum. They try to bring more attention from you so that you give the full attention. So never actually give too much attention to the younger one at the cost of the elder one, wherein which you say, hey, see your brother who's dependent, I have to give more attention. Give away this thing to your brother. He is very small. You're grown up. You should adjust yourself. All these points actually doesn't work. It should not be that way as well. Okay, even in a joint family in earlier days, it was not like that. The elder one was taking care of the younger one, but that generation had 7, 8 children. Now we are managing only 2 children. So in the process, we need to help them treat equally, or whenever you're spending time with the elder one, spend with him 100%. Or leave the younger one to someone else and give him the full attention or her the full attention to make them feel that you are really important to me. So this is about the second comparison between the siblings which keeps happening inside the house. Another important point is, often when a child does a mistakes or lost his pencil, or he is not keeping his things properly, or he is losing his items, we keep saying this, Can't you keep all these things properly? Can't you take care of your one pencil? How crazy are you? How useless are you? How come you cannot even keep these things? You've grown up, you've done this, you've done that. See, saying these words in a very less frequency actually doesn't bother them much. But every day, if you're going to use them, and every time when you see your child is doing some mistake or losing the way that or getting away or from the aligned things, and they keep doing mistakes, then we keep telling them, you are low, you are less, you are crazy, you are useless. So this is what we make them feel. Instead, what are the 5 different ways which you have to say? I'm coming up, but please understand, whenever you want your child to become more responsible, you cannot put them down and actually ask them to become more responsible. This is actually more funny things. I would consider this is the most funnier thing. Many parents put them down so that we try to make them responsible. No, we try to make them feel that responsibility and help them bring into their life. So this is the fourth important damaging thing which we are telling our child. Fifth one, you can never do anything right, because the Indian traditional parenting method always makes the parent correct the child. They want the children not to make mistakes, or if they make mistakes, they pinpoint, no, this is wrong, no, this is wrong, not this way, not that way, and keep on telling the child, especially when they are learning, that not this way, not that way, write it properly, do this properly. So what happens is, there is a constant correction, and a thirsty to make your child feel perfect makes the child highly pressurized about the whole process itself. So you are wrong. Whenever a child makes a mistake, when he is into the learning process, stop using that word. You have done it in a different way. So in that way, we can use every other alternative ways where the child feels more worthy about himself, more strong about himself, more confident about himself, because that is your goal, to make them feel more about themselves. Okay, so in the next video, I'll be exploring about 5 different ways where you can help your child feel more about themselves.